Sustainability and stability are both important goals for any individuals, especially in the world of business and government. However, they are not mutually exclusive. So it is possible to have a sustainable and stable system, but sustainability means getting or meeting the needs of the present without damaging or compromising the ability of the future generations to meet their own needs. While stability, on the other hand, is the ability of a system to maintain its current state or to continue to function the original state after being unsettled. So a sustainable system is one that can continue to function indefinitely without damaging or depleting its resources, while a stable system is one of that is not subject to sudden or uncontrolled changes. The two concepts are not mutually exclusive, but it is possible to have a system that is both sustainable and stable. There are three sustainability models, which are economic development, social progress, and lastly, the environment. Without one of them, they won't progress. So if it can progress, the progress is slower. So what I mean is, each one of them has a major role in our daily lives because we live here, and we also rely on our basic needs we seek. So therefore, in order to continue, we must take care of it, because obviously without the environment we can't have any resources at all, which can also severely affect the development of our economy and also the progress of our society. That's all.
The Sustainable Development Goals were developed at the United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development held in Rio de Brazil 2012. The purpose was to create a set of global goals related with the environment, political, and economical challenge that we face as humanity in 2015. The UN chose to both 17 objectives applicable universally to transform the world and has promoted them as a global of sustainable development for the period 2015 and 2030. Those replacing the 8 Millennium Development Goals, the SDGs are commitment the sake of address the most urgent problems of the world, and they all interrelated. They are universal call that action to respond and sustainable against the threat of climate change, having positive impact in the way manage our nature resources, promoting peace and inclusive society, to reduce the inequalities and contribute to the for facilities income. Since the beginning of the SDG or Sustainable Development Goals, they have aimed at the so-called 2030 agenda, which has provided a model for shared properties and sustainable world in which all people can lead productive and lives in living peaceful and healthy planet.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm the Cadet Mokoy John Francis. Sustainable Development Goals of UN. No poverty. An example of my topic is eradicating extreme poverty for all people everywhere by 2030 is a pivotal goal of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. Between 2015 and goal 2018, global poverty continued its historical decline, with the poverty rate falling from 10.1% in 2015 to 8.6% in 2018, now cast suggests that only owing to the COVID-19 pandemic, the global poverty rate increased sharply from 8.3% in 2019 to 9.2% in 2020, representing the first increase in extreme poverty since 1998 and the largest increase since 1990, and setting back poverty reduction by about 3 years. The impact of the COVID-19 pandemic reversed the steady progress of poverty reduction over the past 25 years. This unprecedented reversal is being further exacerbated by rising inflation and the impacts of the war in Ukraine. It is estimated that these combined crises will lead to an additional 75 million to 95 million people living in extreme poverty in 2022 compared with the pre-pandemic projections.
Goal 2. Zero hunger. The number of undernourished people has been dropped by almost half in the past 2 decades because of rapid economic growth and increased agriculture productivity. Many developing countries that used to suffer from famine and hunger can now meet their nutritional needs. Central and East Asia, Latin American, and the Caribbean have all made huge progress in eradicating extreme hunger. Unfortunately, extreme hunger and malnutrition remain a huge barrier to development in many countries. There are 821 million people estimated to be chronically undernourished as of 2017, often as a direct consequence of environmental degradation, drought, and biodiversity loss. Over 90 million children under 5 are dangerously underweight and undernutrition, and severe food insecurity appear to be increased in almost all regions of Africa as well as in South America. The SDGs aim to end all forms of hunger and all malnutrition by 2030, making sure all people, especially children, have sufficient and nutrition food all year. This involves promoting sustainable agriculture, supporting small-scale farmer, and equal access to land, technology, and markets. It also requires international cooperation to ensure investment in infrastructure and technology to improve agriculture productivity.
Goal 3. Good health and well-being. Ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all. Since the creation of the Millennium Development Goals, there have been historic achievements in reducing child mortality, improving maternal health, and tackling HIV or AIDS, tuberculosis, malaria, and other diseases. In 15 years, the number of people newly infected by HIV each year has dropped from 3.1 million to 2 million, and over 6.2 million lives were saved from malaria. Since 1990, maternal mortality fell by 45%, and worldwide there has been an over 50% decline in preventable child deaths globally. SDG 3 aspires to ensure health and well-being for all, including bold commitment to end the epidemics of AIDS, tuberculosis, malaria, and other communicable diseases by 2030. It also aims to achieve universal health coverage and provide access to safe and effective medicines and vaccines for all. Supporting research and development for vaccines is an essential part of this process, as well as expanding access to affordable medicines. Goal 3 aims to ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages. SDG 3 aims to prevent needless suffering from preventable diseases and premature death by focusing on key targets that boost the health of countries' overpopulations.
Good day, sir. I'm Decadet the Electrician Paul, and this is my topic is all about good quality education. So, a good quality education is one that provides all learners with capabilities they require to become economically productive, develop sustainable livelihoods, contribute to peaceful and democratic societies, and enhance individual well-being. When people are able to get quality education, they can break from the cycle of poverty. Education therefore helps to reduce inequalities and to reach gender equality. It also empowers people everywhere to live more healthy and sustainable lives. Depending on one's perspective, quality education should be measured by cost efficiency relative to employment, and from another perspective, it should be measured by overall intellectual output. Quality education can be achieved by teachers who possess a good range of learning and teaching techniques and are facilitated by a supportive learning environment. Quality education is useful in getting a job, increasing a social status, and is useful for increasing country productivity and social equity, or social cohesion and political solidarity. That's all, sir. Thank you.
Good day, sir. Good day, classmates. I am Decadent Espinido Avenel Cabrera, and I'm going to tackle about gender equality. What is gender equality? People of all genders should have equal chances, rights, and responsibilities. Gender inequality has an impact on everyone, including men, women, transgender and gender not conforming individuals, children and families. People of all ages and entities are affected. Everyone in a society has the right to live their lives as they see fit, free from discrimination. It's possible that women's physical ability and psychological characteristics differ from those of men. Despite having different bodily structures, both have the same brain and functional organs. Women nowadays are setting historical examples and transforming society. They have run businesses, made history, and made everyone proud while heading to space. Women are demonstrating their ability at every stage, thus, they should be treated equally to men in every way. It has been discovered that when men and women engage equally and hold the same positions, society advances and establishes a milestone. For a nation to advance in correct direction, each gender must be valued equally. When both genders are given equal opportunity, society as whole develops more successfully. Equal rights in governance, politics, the economy, the workforce, and other areas will undoubtedly raise our society to a new level. When men, women, men, transgender, and gender diverse, people have equal rights, opportunities, and control over their own lives, and the growth of society as a whole. Gender equality has been accomplished. It has to do with the fair distribution of social resources, power, and influences. God bless.
Gaston Espanol, and my topic is clean water and sanitation. Access to the safe water, sanitation, and hygiene is the most basic human need for health and well-being. Billions of people will lack access to this basic service in 2030 unless progress quadruples demand for water rising owing to rapid population growth, urbanization, and increasing water needs from agriculture industry and energy sectors. Decades of measures for management of over over action of groundwater and contamination of freshwater supply have exacerbated water stress. In addition, countries are facing growing challenges linked to degraded water-related ecosystem water scarcity caused by climate change, underinvestment in water and sanitation, insufficient cooperation, transboundary waters. To reach universal access to drink water, sanitation, and hygiene by the current rates of progress will need to increase fourfold. Achieving this target will save 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 people annually who died from 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 disease directly attributed to unsafe water, inadequate sanitation, and poor hygiene practice. That's all. Thank you.
So, sustainable development goal number 7, it is affordable and clean energy. So, lack of access to energy supplies and transformation system is a constraint to human and economic development. The environment provides a series of renewable and non-renewable energy sources like solar, wind, hydropower, geothermal, biofuels, natural gas, coal, petroleum, uranium. So that was the renewable energy. Increase of use of fossil fuels without actions to mitigate greenhouse gases will have global climate change implications. Energy efficiency and increased use of renewables contribute to climate change mitigation and disaster risk reduction. Maintaining and protecting ecosystem allow using and further developing hydropower sources of electricity and bioenergy. Access to clean and modern sustainable energy is critical for improving the health and livelihoods of billions of people around the world. There is growing evidence linking socioeconomic benefit with access to a reliable and affordable supply of electricity. For example, with adequate lighting and a reliable supply of electricity in the evening, children can read and do homework longer. Families can listen to the radio, watch television, or generate income. There would also be tangible health benefits because currently many alternative lighting resources like kerosene lamps are a major source of pollution harming people's health and environment. So, why is having affordable and clean energy important? So, having
affordable and clean energy. It ensures universal access to affordable electricity by 2030, means investing in clean energy sources such as.
So, hi everyone. So, I will talk about the Goal 8 and Goal 9 of Sustainable Development. So, first is decent work and economic growth. So, especially after the global pandemic, joblessness and unemployment is extremely prevalent, making this goal of promoting sustained, exclusive, and sustainable economic growth and productive employment and decent work ever more important. So, the pandemic raises concern for vulnerable workers who are disproportionately affected by the health crisis and economic consequences. So, according to the UN Special Rapporteur, the severe socioeconomic effect of the COVID-19 pandemic is likely to increase the scourge of modern day slavery, already impacting over 40 million people before the global pandemic, as with children who now are even higher risk of exposure to the worst forms of a child labor. So this talk about sustained and exclusive economic growth. This is prerequisite for sustainable development, which can contribute to improve livelihoods for people around the world. Economic growth can lead to new and better employment opportunities and provide greater economic security of all. Moreover, rapid growth, especially among the less development and developing countries. So it is also can help then reduce the wage gap relative to developed countries, thereby diminishing glaring inequalities between the rich and poor. So next is industry, innovation, and infrastructure. So resilient infrastructure, exclusive and sustainable industrialization and innovation is the objective of this sustainable development goal. Enhancing rural road connectivity, increasing research and development investment, and manufacturing high-tech product helps stabilize infrastructure. So this also functioning resilient infrastructure is the foundation of every successful community. To meet future challenges, our industries and infrastructure must be upgraded. For this, we need to promote innovative, sustainable technologies and ensure equal and universal access to informed and financial markets. This will bring prosperity, create jobs, and make sure that we build stable and prosperous societies across the globe.
Reducing inequalities, ensuring no one is left behind are integral to achieving these sustainable development goals. Inequality within among countries is persistent cause for concern. This sustainable development goal focuses on reducing inequalities within among countries, income inequality, the refugee crisis, and inequality indexes all show that certain countries are highly more beneficial to live than any other countries. Living standards between countries are very unbalanced. The SDG Goal 10 objectives include but are not limited to income growth for the bottom 40% of the population at a higher than national average rate. Also social and economic and political inclusion, appropriate registration, policies to reduce inequality, wage and fiscal equality, better financial market and institution regulation, legitimate institutions that represent developing countries in global decisions, and safe migration. Goal 11. Sustainable cities and communities. This goal promotes making cities and human settlements safer, resilient, and sustainable through use of national urban policies, more access to public space, convenient public transportation, and the reduction of slums. The SDG goal objectives include but are not limited to safe and affordable housing for all, safe and affordable transport for all, sustainable urbanization and human settlement planning, protect cultures around the world, and protecting the poor and vulnerable from death by natural disasters, monitoring air quality and waste management to reduce negative city impact, and to provide green public space.
I am Decadent Montemayor George. My topic is all about responsible consumption and production and climate action. So first is responsible consumption and production. Sustainable consumption and production is about promoting resource and energy efficiency, sustainable infrastructure, and providing access to basic services, green and decent jobs, and a better quality of life for all. Its implementation helps to achieve overall development plans, reduce future economic, environmental, and social costs, strengthen economic competitiveness, and reduce poverty. So, climate action. Climate action means step up effort to reduce greenhouse emissions and strengthen resilience and adaptive capacity to climate-induced impact, including climate-related hazard in all countries, integrating climate change measure into national policies, strategies and planning, and improving education, awareness raising and human and institutional capacity with respect to climate change mitigation, adaptation, impact reduction, and early warning.
Sustainable Development Goals. Goal 14. Life Below Water. The Life Below Water goal focuses on conserving and sustainably using our oceans, seas, and marine resources for sustainable development. We, as a population, rely heavily on our oceans for food, tourism, rec- recreational activities, and global trade. In fact, 3 billion people rely on the ocean for their livelihood. However, our oceans are under severe threat. Other half of K marine biodiversity areas are unprotected, and dead zones lacking oxygen to support marine life, are rising. It is thus imperative we protect our oceans better. The SDG Goal 14 objectives include but are not limited to preventing marine population, protecting marine and coastal ecosystems, minimizing oceans acidification through impact reduction, protecting the fishing market, conserving marine and coastal areas, and overfishing control. Goal 15. Life on land. This goal overall promotes the health of the land life. It includes protecting, restoring, and promoting land ecosystems, managing forests sustainably, combating desertification and halting and preserving land degradation and biodiversity loss. With many species under threat and ever increasing biodiversity loss, it is essential we take better care of our land ecosystems. SDG Goal 15 objectives include but are not limited to ensuring freshwater ecosystems health, sustainable management of forests, ensuring mountain ecosystems, health preserving natural habitats, shared benefits of generic resource use, ending poaching and protected species trafficking, and integrating biodiversity values into national planning.
So, peace, justice, and strong institutions. Peace, justice, and strong institutions envisions the transparent, effective, and accountable institutions which promote non-discriminatory laws and policies, combat the corruptions or fight the corruptions, bribery and organized crime, and prevent violence, as well as terrorism and crime. So, peace and justice and strong institution aims to significantly reduce all forms of violence and also strengthens the rule of a law and promotes human rights as a key. Now, it also aims to have a peaceful society at a national levels. Also, peace, justice, and strong institutions is the 16th goal of the sustainable development. So there are 17, and peace and justice is the 16th goals.
Partnership for the goal partnership between government and private and public bodies bring our goals closer to achievement when we work together toward the same goal. We have the power to achieve them all. Sharing goals means sharing a vision, ending poverty, battling inequality, and paralyzing global warming. Our ambition, we all strive for goal. It's all about making partnership built upon collaboration when companies, countries, government, and people unite and take action, and great goals are achievement. Government, the business sector, and public organization working together advance our objectives. We have the ability to accomplish all of our goals when we collaborate to do so. Sharing a vision entails sharing goals. We all have an aspiration to end poverty, combat inequality, and stop global warming. And making collaboration, partnership is the main focus of the great goals are accomplished when we business and nation, government, and people band together and take action. When we can work together to accomplish our aims.
The Sustainable Development Goals are a kind of call to action emanating from all countries, poor, rich, and moderately developed. This call aims to improve the well-being of people and animals and protect our planet and nature. All countries admit that poverty liquidation measures must be taken at the same time with efforts to improve economic growth. Also, addressing a range of issues in such areas of education, health, social protection, and employment, as well as combating climate change and protecting the environment should be done as soon as possible. The United Nations or UN is an intergovernmental organization that seeks to keep international safety, peace, and security, develop health and friendly relationship between people from different countries, be the center of harmonizing the actions of nations, and achieve international cooperation. The Sustainable Development Goals are considered to be the foundation for a better future for everyone. These goals appear to be the global problems that are related to inequality, poverty, environmental degradation, climate change, justice, and peace. All the 17 goals are connected with each other, and the United Nations want to achieve all of them by 2030. To draw conclusion, one may say that these goals are essential for achieving sustainable development, a safety society and atmosphere, the world's proper condition, and prosperity of all people. It is hard to disagree that the most of these goals, like combating climate change or protecting the marine resources, are so crucial that they need to be achieved in the nearest future. Unfortunately, it is impossible until all people realize the problems and unite to change the world for the better together.
So what is the most important sustainable development goal? So by 2030, the SDG or Sustainable Development Goals hope to eradicate all types of hunger and malnutrition, ensuring that everyone, especially children, has access to enough food throughout the year. This entails encouraging sustainable farming, helping small-scale farmers, and ensuring that everyone has access markets and technology and land. Globally, climate action, good health and well-being, and quality education are considered particularly important. In other surveys, zero hunger, clean water, and sanitation and no poverty was selected as the most important SDGs or Sustainable Development Goals. And what is the best sustainable development goal? So one is end poverty in all its forms everywhere, and end hunger, achieve food security and improve nutrition, and promote sustainable agriculture. And next is to ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all the ages. And the last one is ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. So the SDG or Sustainable Development Goals provide worldwide guidance for addressing the global challenges facing the international community. And it is about better protecting the natural foundation of life and our planet everywhere for everyone, and preserving people's opportunities to live in dignity, prosperity across generations. So, what is the importance of Sustainable Development Goals? So, sustainability improves the quality of our lives, protects our ecosystem, preserves natural resources for future generations. In the corporate world, sustainability is associated with an organization holistic approach taking into account everything from manufacturing to logistics to customer service.